Hello there, guys, and welcome to WWE Supercard Nation ECW.
I want to know who motherfucking representing it here tonight.
Before I dive into this video, I just want to say a big thanks to Wolf Clan TV for providing the track that you'll hear at the end of this video. If you like that track, please check out their channel. They have got some great content. Thanks again for providing that soundtrack. If anybody has any music they'd like me to play in the background, send it to me via my Instagram, WWE Supercard Nation, or send it to my Facebook, or you can send it to me via this channel as well. Today we're going to be talking about WWE Survivor Series 2018 that happened last night. We're going to be having a chat about some of the matches. All in all, this was a bit of a mental event. It didn't really make much sense overall. It started off with the kickoff show, obviously, with the Raw tag team against the SmackDown tag team 10 on 10. That was a SmackDown win. Not a very exciting match. Kind of understand why it was on the kickoff. Probably would have got a bigger push if it was on the main card. I mean, overall, it was an okay match. You know, the ending was pretty good, but all in all, it was just kind of a throwaway match. SmackDown get the win. We then move on to the main card. The show kicks off with the female 5v5 Raw versus SmackDown match. This ended with a Raw win. Pretty similar to the kickoff show. To be fair, it wasn't an overly dominant match. It was really just the Nia Jax show. A lot of the females battled it out throughout the majority of the match, but it all led down to Nia Jax being the overall heel there. She came out to a big booing ovation from the crowd due to the Becky Lynch incident, and she kind of carried that throughout the match. And WWE were clearly trying to use that to their advantage, and they used that for the finish of the match. Not bad, but kind of what was expected there. Secondly, we have Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which again was a good match. It's a match we've not seen before, a match we've wanted for a long time, definitely a dream match. Did it live up to expectations? Probably not. I feel like the guys could have done a lot more. The match could have gone a lot longer. It ended fairly basic, but the to and fro between the two guys, it was always going to make a classic match. So, I mean, I would give it, if anything, I'd give it 3 stars out of 5. Good match. Seth Rollins came out the winner on the end with the curb stomp after reversing the Kinshasa. So yeah, not bad overall for that match. There was a lot of good moves. Very energetic match from Seth Rollins. Obviously, he is the king on Raw, so WWE are going to try and portray him that way, and that's exactly how it came across in this match. Now moving on, we then had AOP versus The Bar, which I thought was going to be probably one of the lowest matches on the card, and it definitely was. It 100% was not the most uplifting match in terms of the ability of the wrestlers. It definitely wasn't a show about the wrestling, that match. It was more about the comedic side of it. For example, there was a moment in the match where Big Show picked up Drake Maverick, and Drake Maverick pissed himself in the ring. That is completely bizarre. I mean, he was the general manager on 205 Live, and obviously he is now currently the manager of AOP, but yet he is still stood there pissing himself. Not sure where this is gonna lead. It was a very bizarre moment, and I'm still kind of shook up by it a little bit. I have no idea what it was or where they're going with it. AOP did get the win in this match, which was a bit of a surprise. I would have assumed the Bar being, veterans of the tag team, they would have got that win, but AOP came out on top, which I am happy about. I've been wanting AOP to get a proper push for a long time, so it does feel like that is what they are getting. Moving on from that, we then had Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. Buddy Murphy was our winner in this match. This was, at this point, definitely the best match on the card. It was completely ingenious, the match, and the way the two wrestlers bounced off each other was absolutely ingenious. I was hooked into that match and couldn't take my eyes off it from start to finish. And the finish was brilliant as well. Buddy Murphy getting that win again. All about Buddy Murphy at the minute. He's doing fantastically, and I hope he keeps it up. From then on, we then had Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, the 5-on-5 males. Now, this match was just utterly bizarre. It was a complete squash match for Raw. They eliminated nearly all of the opponents, leaving nothing but Shane McMahon at the end for the SmackDown team to face up against Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman all by himself. This then ended with Braun Strowman absolutely demolishing Shane McMahon and Raw get the win. There was a moment where Finn Balor was the first person to be removed from Team Raw, and Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre was all up in the face of Finn Balor, and we'll see where that escalates in the next few weeks. But in terms of an actual match for Raw versus SmackDown, this was definitely a squash match for Raw. Moving on to that, we then moved on to Ronda versus Charlotte. Now again, this was a fantastic match, brilliantly done by both wrestlers, probably the most physical match we've seen Ronda have since joining the WWE. Absolutely fantastic all in all. I mean, it was an awe to watch. I'm still very confused by the ending. I really don't think it needed to end in DQ, and I also don't know if this is the start of a heel turn for Charlotte as well. I was a little bit surprised. It was all going really well. I felt like both parties could have won just as evenly, but then Charlotte pulled out the kendo stick and attacked Ronda with it, and then followed that up with a lot of hard shots, breaking the kendo stick on Ronda in the ring, and then following it up with the chair, attacking all of the officials as they came down to try and separate her from Ronda. Bit of carnage towards the end in that match. A bit of a shame given how good the match was, but all in all, it was a good match. Definitely one of the better matches on this event. But that leads us into the finale. Now this was Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Now I may get a lot of stick for this, but I definitely think this was the best match on the card, and it was definitely the best match of the evening, up until the end. Really, it was absolutely fantastic. Daniel Bryan managed to get a lot of offense in, and he was looking pretty damn strong for quite a while. I was 100% under the impression that Bryan would not walk away from this match as the victor, because that would be a big shock. Given his recent state in WWE, to then go from that to being victorious against Brock Lesnar, which some of the biggest names in WWE have not been able to achieve, would be absolutely bizarre. However, given the amount of offense WWE allowed Daniel Bryan to have on Brock Lesnar, for him to just be squashed by an F5 right at the end, and that's it, 1, 2, 3, was a little bit strange. There should have been a bit more technical, a bit more of an end fight from Bryan. He went from all fighting to giving up. But that match was probably definitely one of the best ones on the card there. It was brilliant all in all. Seeing some of the spots by Bryan, it was technically perfect. There wasn't really any botches, and that's pretty much said throughout the entire event, to be fair. There wasn't really any botches at all. It was all quite clean, all quite well done. It was a little bit airy, a little bit strange. But I mean, all in all, probably one of the best events of the year, I would say. Not technically, but in terms of a show, it reminded me of a show that was back on in 2012, 2013. It was kind of like one of those shows. It would have been one of the better shows of the year for that type of year. But given how good this year has been for WWE, it's hard to make this show stand out. But definitely up there with one of the better ones. Now, one other thing I want to mention is there was a moment during the AOP versus the Bar match that the cameras for WWE turned to a hard shot, and it appeared to be showing Enzo Amore in the crowd, and he was stood there with a t-shirt on saying "I'm doing fine," and he had a fake title belt on, and he then got escorted out of the building by security. And that was a bit of a bizarre moment. I don't know whether that was something that was implied by WWE, if that was genuinely something that wasn't supposed to happen. But either way, Enzo Amore was there. It was all kind of strange, really. But yeah, that's what happened. So that was WWE Survivor Series 2018. Let me know what you thought of the show in the comments below. If you've got any suggestions for any of my next videos, drop them down below. I will be replying to all comments. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.
Look, I done seen a lot of niggas change, and I put that on my mama. I don't do this shit for fame, but if you looking for a chance to win, put me in the game. Yeah, a nigga from the northern hand, of course my idol Wayne. The way I'm killing every beat, now you gon' think it's gon' rain. Why I run from the pain? I know it hurts, but that will make you a man. Even though they say you can't, show them niggas you can. The type of nigga that I am, I got supporters, not fans. My pops was out until I showed them my plans. If you don't got it, why I flex for the gram? All I took is one looking.